Well, hello and welcome to part 6 of the RGV 250 rebuild. Part 5 didn't really go too well. We had a few water leaks and that, so hopefully part 6 will go better. I've done a couple of little bits since part 5, sorted the headlight out and the brakes and that, so I'll just show you what I've done. Well, I'll just show you the headlight. Looks a lot better now than it did. So we've got all new foam on here now. That's how it's the right state, weren't it? So at least that looks a lot better now. It's tidied it right up. So it's just 5mm foam. I've got it off eBay. That's just sticky on one side, just peel it off, cut it what you want, and job done. So that's a lot better. Obviously you won't really see it anyway because you'd have the nose cone over it, but you probably will see bits of it. So at least that will look a lot nicer now. The brake, it's all been bled up now, look. Got a lovely brake there. Finally. Took quite a long while to get it there, but that's all sorted now. What I'm probably going to do next is probably move the cylinder heads, I reckon. Get them off ready, so when head gaskets come I can just put them straight on. I've ordered them this morning from All Round Motorcycles, so I'll be stripping that down in the top one. Not saying when that come, at least I can then just get them straight on. It won't take too long to do. So I get nearly all my parts from All Our Motorcycles in Ipswich, and if you don't know, you can actually get 10% off there, all parts and clothing yourselves, with discount code ITR10. So you can either ring them up, go in or whatever, or go on their online shop, whatever you like to do. Some things they will deliver for free as well actually, so if you give them a call it's probably the best way, and you can sort something out with them. Right, yeah, I'm probably going to remove the cylinder heads now. And actually I can fit the nose cone and that now, I reckon, as I've got the headlight on, and maybe the rear panels as well. So there's quite a bit I could be doing while I'm waiting for the gaskets. So it's been a couple of days, but I haven't actually done anything to the bike. All I've done is been down and collected the head gaskets. So we've got some nice genuine head gaskets now. So that should sort out the water leaks. And we've got a new air filter as well, because the other one went and take it out and it literally disintegrated. That's so old, so yeah, nice new air filter is going to go in there. I have got another rear shock here off a friend of mine, and that's in really good condition. So I'm going to be fitting that on there. I'm just going to clean this bit up and that, do a couple of little bits to it, but other than that it's just like really nice. So my one, I did fit mine on, I cleaned it up and stuff, but the plan was I just wanted to get the shock on there for now, just so I can get the bike together and get it on the road, get it run in, make sure the bike's all good, and then I was just going to take the rear shock off afterwards and then get it done, you know. As you can see, it's a little bit rusty, the spring in it, so it's not like, you know, it's alright, but obviously it just lets it down a bit to how good the bike is. So that's all I was going to do, take it out. I was probably going to get the spring powder coated and that and just tidy it up really, but I haven't got to bother doing all that now. I can just literally just put that straight in and it's done, and then I'll sell my one on eBay. So there'll be one on eBay at some point if you need a rear shock. So it's a good one, it don't leak or nothing, it just wants like a bit of painting up really. Other than that, it's a good shock. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be fitting the rear shock on there now, so I'll get that done really. And then I'm going to do the head gaskets. Right, so I've got the other shock on there now. Looks a lot better. I'll get a torch in there so you can see it. I think it's a bit dark really. You can see that if it will zoom in, but it looks so much better in there now. So well happy with that, nice and tidy. So that's all good. What I've done, I just put some straps around the rafters and out in my garage just to hold the back end up, just to take the weight as I took it out. So that's quite easy to do. Here's the other shock, my old one. So it's still a decent shock. I just like, as you can see, that's a bit rusty, the spring and that, a bit tatty. So it just needed a bit of a powder coat really. I'm stripping down, sort of could do probably a service as well. But yeah, just want tidying up. So I'll sell that. Someone will buy it and refurb it, I'm sure. So that's all good now. I'm glad that's on there. All I had to do is just unbolt the air intake and move the air intake out of the way a little bit, just so I can get the shock out. Other than that, it's quite straightforward actually, quite easy to do. So next thing is the head gaskets. Right, so we've got the lower head off, new gasket, new genuine gasket, so hopefully no leaks now. There you go, look at that, nice and new. You can see all new piston, new everything, that looks sweet. So I'll be putting this back together and then I'll start on the top cylinder. But the top one's going to be a bit more difficult, as you can see. I'll have to probably take a lot of this off here to be able to get it off really and to torque the head up properly. So if not, I won't be able to get onto the bolts to torque them up. So yeah, I'll have a bit more work into doing the top one, which is a bit of a pain, but never mind. We'll soon get it done. Right, so the bottom cylinder is all done. We've got the new gasket in there, new genuine gasket, so hopefully that's it. I won't have to take it apart again. I've got the top cylinder off now. New gasket on at that, nice new genuine one again. So, like I say, hopefully won't be doing it again. So, always buy genuine. Don't bother with the pattern stuff, that's crap. So, that's all off there, nice and clean, look, all ready to go back on. So that's what I'm going to do now. We'll get that back on and then hopefully it'll all run alright and we won't have no water leaks. Right, well, it's not going too well. The cylinder heads are fine, right, the gaskets are all good. Alright, I've had it running, but that's not running right. It's only mainly running on one cylinder now. It's running a little bit on the other one, but on the bottom cylinder that's missing basically. What it turns out I think it is, if I just put my torch in there, well, my phone with a light on it. If you can see here, if I zoom in, there, you've got orange instant gasket on here on the engine casing, on the crankcase, where they joined the casings, and you know, it's leaking here. So basically you're losing a bit of crankcase pressure. So I think that's why it's not running very well, because this engine's been apart before and obviously they've not used the right sealant, I don't reckon. It just looks like your normal run-of-the-mill instant gasket. Really you should use your proper engine sealant really on this. But so it must have been alright for a while, but now it's given up. Obviously it's been in there a few years, so it's not good. So basically, to sort that out, I'm going to have to take the engine out, which is something I didn't want to do, but you know, I'm going to have to do it, so right pain. But at least that'll be done right then. I'll get the proper sealant on there and everything. So yeah, basically I'm going to have to strip the engine down, I'll take it out, strip it down. Luckily on these though, the gearboxes are separate, so I'll only have to do like the actual crankcase area, strip that down and obviously reseal it. I'll put some obviously new crankshaft seals in as well at the same time. So at least then the whole bottom end will be done, checked over, and then yeah, put it back together, put it in, and then hopefully that should be it, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm now going to start taking the engine out. Such a shame, because like I said, I've done a Aprilia RS250 as well. They got the same engine in as these, they used the Suzuki engine, and that had done 8,000 miles as well. And I rebuilt that the same as this, done all the top end, and that runs sweet. But that engine had never been apart, you know, so, but this one has. So it's a shame that someone's had it apart really and not done you know, used a proper sealant and that really. Otherwise this would have been running now. I know, sweet and all done, to be honest. But never mind, what we'll do, we'll strip it down, we'll get it sorted, and we'll go from there. Right, so it's nearly ready to come out now. Ain't took long at all, to be honest. Got the side casing off. Carbs are all off. Water pipes are off, so I've drained all the water out. Radiators off there. Drained all out of the gearbox, because we've had to take the side casing off, because we need to basically break the casing across here and reseal it and put new crankshaft seals in, because obviously the clutch basket was here, so I needed to get the clutch basket off to be able to get this gear off, you see, what's on the end of the crankshaft. So yeah, having to strip all that down, but it ain't took long at all, so ain't too bad a job. But we're getting there. So I'll take the engine out soon. I'll have to get a tool to take the flywheel off because I ain't got one, because they're usually really tight on there. I've got the nut off ready. But yeah, we're getting there. We'll soon have it out. Right, so I've decided I'm gonna do it with the engine in the bike. So you can take the frame off this, the cradle, and then you've still got two mounts, one here and one up the top here to hold the engine in. So you've got a nice area here to work in. So I think that's a better way of doing it. So I've just stripped everything out. So that loads of room in there now. So it should be a better way of doing it, to be honest, instead of having it on the bench sort of rolling around. So that's plenty of room. So I think we'll be alright. So it's quite a good thing with these, because obviously I put all new head gaskets and stuff on this, didn't I? So I don't want to be taking them apart. So the good thing with these though, you can actually just undo your 4 bolts here on your cylinder, and then you should be able to just slide off your cylinder with your head on, so you ain't got to disturb all your head gasket and everything. So that's pretty handy. So that's what I'm going to do to both of them now. So just pull them off, they'll be out of the way, and then obviously get the pistons off, and we'll go from there. Right, so it's nearly stripped right down now. All the barrels off, the pistons off. I think this is a lot better way of doing it in the bike actually. We've got the gear off the crank gear as well. So really, all I've got to do is get the flywheel off. So I'll do that now really. But I'll need a tool for it, so I'm going to order the tool, get the flywheel off, then we'll unbolt all the crank casing, and it should come apart. And we'll get the crank out and that, have a look. So tomorrow morning, that's Monday tomorrow, I'll order some bits, some sealant, gaskets and stuff, crankshaft seals, and once they turn up, I'll start putting it all back together and that, sorting it all out. So it shouldn't take long. It's only took a few hours a day to strip it down, so I'll soon get it back together, and hopefully that should be alright then, because that'll be like everything will be rebuilt on it apart from the gearbox, so it should be pretty sweet. So this is the end of part 6. I'll see you in part 7. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and like I say, if you're not following us on Facebook, please do. I'll see you soon.